Welcome to another episode. My name is Manny and this is Gravani. Today I'll be showing you how to make some Nigerian fried rice. Start by adding 3 cups of rice to a large bowl. For this recipe, I'm using long grain parboiled rice, but you can also use extra long grain rice. Whatever you do, stay away from short grain rice for this recipe. The first step is to wash the rice thoroughly, and we went through this in detail last week. Click on the link above to learn more. Add your washed rice to a large pot. In my case, I'm using a Dutch oven. Alkaline vegans, look away. This recipe is not for you. It'll be like a horror movie to you. To the rice, I'm adding 1 to 1.5 cups of fresh green peas, and I'm adding this now because it takes time to cook. If you're one of my alkaline vegan subscribers, click on the link above to watch a version of this recipe. Add some sea salt and adjust to taste. Add a few sprigs of fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, add half a teaspoon of dried thyme. Next, and most importantly, add 2 tablespoons of curry powder for flavor and color. This is optional, but you could add 1 teaspoon or 1 cube of veggie bouillon. When I was younger, I used to eat this rice on special occasions. Anyway, we have a lot of work to do. Let's move on. Add 3 1/4 cups of cold water to your rice and give it a good mix. Next, we're going to cover, bring it to a rolling boil, then reduce to a simmer and let it cook for 12 minutes. Let's make our vegan peppered liver replacement. This recipe is vegan and it's meant for people who, for one reason or the other, can't eat animal products. Today I'll be using 2 large king oyster mushrooms, but you can use any mushrooms you have on hand. I'll show you something really special when we return. Welcome back. When you add liver to fried rice, it's usually cubed. Now I'm going to show you how to mimic that using king oyster mushrooms. Split your mushrooms in half, then cut them into quarters. I cut my mushrooms into quarters because I won't be using a knife to cube them. I'll be using something else. My friends are coming over, and with this recipe, I have a lot of work to do. So instead of using a knife, I'll be using a vegetable chopper. I know, right? As you can see, a vegetable chopper did an excellent job. For more flavor, we're also going to add some whole baby shiitake mushrooms. Fresh carrots are non-negotiable in this recipe. They complement the other vegetables by adding a wonderful crunch and sweetness. Start by peeling them. If you want to, you can eat the skins, juice them, compost them, or use them in a soup. Chop off the stalk and cut your carrots into quarters. Split all of the quarters into 2 halves. Just like the mushrooms, we're going to cube these using a vegetable chopper. Again, you can also use a knife to cube your vegetables, but this is way more effective and quicker. We're going to set this aside for now and move on to the next ingredient. Over here, I have 1 cup of raw string beans. For this one, we're going to chop off the stalks using a knife. These cook quicker, so I didn't bother adding them to the rice. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Don't forget, you can also cut them using a knife. Let's move on to the next vegetable. Next, we're going to cut the flesh off of a red bell pepper. You don't need the seeds. Nigerian fried rice is supposed to be greenish yellow in color, so you have to be careful when using a red bell pepper as it can change the color. Welcome back. Strip the flesh off of a green bell pepper as well. A green bell pepper is also non-negotiable, and remember, you don't need the seeds. Now we're going to chop all of the peppers using a vegetable chopper. Set them aside and grab the next vegetable. Cut some onions into quarters and chop them. In my opinion, garlic is also non-negotiable. I'm using 5 garlic cloves. Grate all of your garlic using a microplane. Set it aside and let's move on. Fresh ginger is a must. Grate a large fresh ginger and set it aside. It's been 12 minutes. Let's check on our rice. The rice is done and not overcooked. If you used fresh thyme, don't forget to remove the sprigs. Fluff up your rice, and when you're done, it should be individual grains like this. Set your rice aside for now. Now let's make the peppered liver using the mushrooms. Place a large cast iron skillet on a stove set to high heat. Add your cubed king oyster mushrooms. Let it cook on high heat for about 5 minutes, and the goal is to get the mushrooms to release all of the water they're holding onto. After 5 minutes on high heat, mix and let it cook for another 5 minutes on high heat. Once that's done, we're going to press down using a burger press or something heavy. Let it cook for 5 minutes. As you can see, the mushrooms have released more water. Lift up your burger press, mix, press down, and let it cook for 5 minutes again. After another 5 minutes, mix your mushrooms again. Add your whole baby shiitake mushrooms, then we can add some oil. Add some avocado oil or any cooking oil you have on hand and mix. It's time to season our mushrooms, and we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of granulated onions. Add half a teaspoon of veggie bouillon, then add some sea salt to taste. Add half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Finally, add half a teaspoon of curry powder, then mix. Turn your heat down to medium-low heat, then let it cook for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, add some onions and your bell peppers. Give it a good mix and let it cook for 2 minutes on medium heat. After 2 minutes, you want to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of coconut aminos or soy sauce and mix. Here's the final result of your hard work. Set it aside for now. When making Nigerian rice of any kind, you have to make some side dishes to accompany them. You can never go wrong with fried plantains. Chop off the top and the bottom, then slice the skin open. If you want to learn more about how to fry plantains, click on the link above. Remove the flesh of the plantain and cut it in half. Plantains are a sweet addition because they're sweet and tangy. Cut your plantain halves into quarters. So, you actually don't have to cut your plantains like mine. You can cut them however you like. I'm just doing this for presentation purposes only. Speaking of presentation purposes, I'm going to be using my chopper to cut these into cubes. That was way too quick and way too easy. If you don't have a vegetable chopper, you can also use a knife. Cut your plantain quarters into 2, then slice. I just got a message from my friends. They're in transit, so I need to move quickly. To fry my plantains, I'm adding some avocado oil to a pan set to medium-high heat. Once the oil is hot, I'll throw in my plantains and spread them apart. If you want to learn how to fry plantains, click on the link above. Once your plantains are done, add them to a plate lined with a paper towel and salt. Back to our fried rice. Add some avocado oil or any oil of your choice to a large pan set to medium heat. Once your oil warms up, add 1 tablespoon of curry powder. There are so many ways to cook Nigerian fried rice. However, this is my preferred method. Mix in your curry powder and don't let it burn. Add your grated garlic and your grated ginger. Next, add your onions and give it a good mix. Increase your heat to medium-high heat, then we're going to add our string beans. Sweet corn is another ingredient that's also non-negotiable when it comes to cooking Nigerian fried rice. Add your sweet corn, then give it a good mix. After mixing, add some sea salt and 1 tablespoon of vegan bouillon, then let it cook on medium-high heat for 2 minutes. While that's cooking, we're going to slice the white portion of about 3 scallions. After 2 minutes, add your scallions, then follow that with your red and green bell peppers. Give it a good mix, let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes, then add your carrots. Follow your carrots with your rice, give it a good mix, and let it cook on medium-high heat for 5 minutes while stirring occasionally. Now, we're going to keep our eyes on the rice while we prepare my secret ingredient. Fresh cabbage. It's crunchy and it's neutral. It takes on the taste of anything you add it to. Over here, I have a large cabbage and I'm going to slice off a quarter. Adding cabbage is not typical, but I love it. Slice your cabbage into thin strips. Set this aside for now. To retain its crunchiness, we're going to add it during the last 2 to 3 minutes. Another secret ingredient is to add 1 tablespoon of vegan butter. Let your butter melt, then mix it in. This will add some sheen and flavor to the rice. In the last 2 to 3 minutes of cooking, we're going to add our sliced cabbage. I'm only adding 1 cup, but you can add as much as you want. Mix it in, let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes, then you're done. Here you go. Let's move our rice to the side while we check out our pepper liver replacement. You can also eat this by itself, or you can eat this with white rice or quinoa. I didn't want to add it to the rice because the presence of the coconut aminos will change the color. Nigerians typically boil and fry some liver before adding it, so this is something unique. Anyway, back to our fried rice. It's colorful, the vegetables are crunchy, it's delicious, and the aroma is... Uh-oh, my friends are here. I better eat a few spoons before they pounce on it. These guys will finish this thing before you blink, so I have to get mine now. Don't worry, I'll dress it back up before serving and act like I'm not hungry. Alright, I have to go now. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you all next week.
Hey, Manny, Omo, if you see the full speed where I blow to reach here now, hunger just dey fire me. I just come here make I chop this your food belly full. Omo, where the rice? Come up for my front or I no want see your face. Now that food I just want chop. You guys dropped everything in front of me because I come here to chop belly full. Omo, I no go tire o, I no go leave here today. Now on top this matter we go day, I go chop am tire. I go sleep for here if I need to. Omo, set this food for my front now.